as far back as I could remember, I always wanted to be a real estate investor.
Hey, my name is Chuck Kohout. I just wholesale the property to Jonathan Boyle.
What's going on?
John.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Chuck.
I saw Chuck get really successful, and Chuck said, you want an opportunity? I said, yeah. I said, I was just earning a paycheck, and Chuck gave me an opportunity.
And now is not only do they teach you everything, they give you the whole business plan, all the tools you need to know. All you got to do is not be lazy, go out there and tie up deals.
And this is not like any other class where they're going to leave out bits and pieces of it. He was actually willing to come forward with all the information and all the knowledge and all the experience that he had. So,
hey, good day, people. Miguel Power Life. I'm here with Raphael. We out here in an appointment in this cold morning. Take massive action.
Early morning. And he asked what he got it done.
Yep.
Say something nice.
We got it done.
I can honestly say that Chuck's course has really made me open my eyes to what is available to anyone who wants to become an investor. I just gave up a six-figure income to do this full time because I actually see the potential. And to be able to get out there full time and work on these deals and follow the process that Chuck teaches you, you're definitely going to make money. So for me to take that kind of plunge in the last 2 months, I can honestly see my future being a lot better.
How about that? I'm giving up my social security right away. I'll go ahead and put up my driver's license already.
Get them to close.
hi, my name is Jamel.
They give you everything. They give you $1 million business on a silver platter. Make sure you take the class, first of all. Every single one of the classes is worth it because these guys have it down pat. And you're just going to benefit from their knowledge. So I definitely recommend taking the class.
I just want to say thank you very much for closing on my very first deal with them. For anybody that's new, hit them up. They'll help you out, figure out how to get your first deal. They walk me through from A to Z. And again, great people. Thank you for the help for Chuck and Linton.
Wait, what are you guys doing?
Closing the deal, about to go do a testimony.
Okay, great.
Wait a minute, that's number 2.
Yes, that's number 2.
Third time's a charm.
Everybody, my name is Joe Tanzola. I have to say that Chuck's class is by far one of the most intense, easy to understand, and absolutely beneficial types of classes that you can take in real estate, especially in today's market.
And last week gives you his business plan, like actually word for word, step by step, what he does. And that's what makes it so successful. That's what makes the success rate of students so high. That's why this is such a great program to be involved in. If I had $10,000 and I had to pick up seminars that I was going to spend the money on, I'd come here 5 times. God's honest.
The difference with Chuck's stuff is it's very state specific. That is totally invaluable, is the fact that he's also someone who does this and is still doing that. So he goes over real live situations. He tells you just the specific stuff that you wouldn't hear in these books that are very general about.
Well, I really have to say that meeting Charles Kohout, or Chuck, has been the most important part of my life, because not only did I start a business that I'm able and that I love to do, I also found my partner in his seminar. So, and he just gives you everything that you need for success. There's nothing that he leaves out. And not only does he give you the materials and everything for success, he gives you the ambition to really work at it, to really help people. And that's the nicest part about it. And I don't think anybody else is like Chuck. Chuck has a unique ability to nurture people, to help people. And you get that sense of feeling from him no matter what he does or however he works. He's very unique, and I thank God every day.
His class and his tutelage and his one-on-one, and everything that he's done, it's really impacted my life, and now I'm able to, be a full-time real estate investor and do the things that I want to do, which I'm sure a lot of people out there are, looking to do also.
But the reason I went with him, because he was sincere and he did everything he said he would do. After he helped me out my situation, he helped me out the situation with my mom as well. Then I decided to start working with Chuck and go into the business. Since then, I've attended his seminar. He's taught me a great deal. I've also working with him with the one-on-one coaching, and it's influenced me a lot. To one, I left my part-time job at Radio Shack, which I really didn't enjoy, and he's showing me how to create passive income and showing how to get my life on track.
Course is phenomenal. He cut out all the BS of the other courses. It was very straight, very simple. The best part of all is I used none of my own money, which was great. I used none of my own money. I've been working his system for about 7 months now, and this year probably my most profitable, a little bit over $500,000. That is my profit. I have about 10 guys working for me now, and I can't say more about it. It's, anybody that works for me now must come to this course.
I'm a very result-oriented person, so I got all this background information and it didn't tell me the how-to. Well, I want to get started right away. And when I had met Chuck, he turned out to be quite a help and a mentor in this. And he's been able to tell me almost everything that I need to do through his courses and through working with him one-on-one. There hasn't been a question that I've come to him yet that he hasn't already been through and be able to answer it. You know,
you're learning from a local guy, and he gave us all his secrets. He didn't hold back at all, and that's huge. And so I just encourage you all to take the class, and also get involved and be willing to fail forward.
Hey, my name is Nick. I'm here providing great service to the community with educating people how to help others in foreclosure. And right now, that's a big thing. And the fact that they're educating people the right way to do it. What do you think?
Nick Tang was right. What do you got to lose? And how bad do you want this? Now take a moment and peruse the site, and let's see if you're a good fit for our program. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Call me when you want, call me when you need, call me in the morning.
Today we're going to call qualified leads. Right, so you're one step closer than you.
It's a beautiful home.
Awesome. Do you have
Needs a little upgrade.
Oh, how much are you looking for?
$250.
Or is it from the property?
$1335.
You interested in selling that property at all?
All these deals are slowing my chicken consumption.
Hello, Freddie. How are you?
It's gonna be a November to remember. Here's our lineup with 2 great events for you this month. First, we have our themed cigar event, Titties and Turkey. Show up for our best breast contest, and we'll see if your cleavage can cut it. Only there ain't gonna be no turkey. Instead, we're gonna substitute in free weed and bourbon. Then, we've got our open bar event at the Brick City Brewery on Wednesday, November 29th in Little Ferry, New Jersey. I'm bringing in Jamal Ellis to show you how he brought my credit score from the 500s to a 720 and got rid of a multi-million-dollar bankruptcy in under 4 months.
I got your bankruptcy removed.
I figured it was something great like that.
You're sitting at a 629, 614, and a 712 Equifax. We first started at a 513, 502, and a 501.
You ain't gonna want to miss this shit. Smash to attend. FLCS.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. On your mark, get set. When I spark, get wet. Look how dark.
You telling me there's somebody in here and the cops are now like arresting him? Yeah, it's crazy.
Get ready for a real deal. We got a property tied up under contract at 140 Summer Ave in Newark. Property's currently under contract at 165. You're not gonna be able to go around me because my contract's recorded. Don't worry, I got you. Our high offer right now is 175, but honestly, it's my guy's first deal, and I'd like him to do a little bit better. We have zoning approvals where you can build a 2-family house and a commercial unit. Pause the video if you want to read the letter. For the low price of $25, we can have it updated for you. I'm looking for people to make offers that are serious about buying and building. It's completely cleaned off, and there's enough steel I-beams on the property that come with the deal that you can probably buy yourself a car. If you're interested, text BUY to the number on your screen or make an appointment with the calendar link. Talk to you soon. Bye for now. FLCS. I'm going to let you start writing there. Do you have an ID on you? It's not that I don't believe you. I'll show you mine too.
I have across the street.
Okay. Just show it to me before we leave. Well, hold on a second. Here's my receipt. Binder deposit. Score. Grandma, I'm tired as shit. I need some of these kids to step up their game and start buying some houses, so do me a fucking kindness and smash the link with this video or text ABC to the number on your screen. Alright, I'm gonna go take a fucking nap. Bye for now. My Most Heartwarming Deal by Chuck Daddy Kohout. I figure since my first deal and or deal stories were such a smash hit, I'd ask you guys what you wanted to hear, and a couple of you lovely young ladies wanted to hear about my most heartwarming story or transaction, so here it goes. Sit yourself down, grab a drink, take a bong hit, whatever it takes to chill out, because this one's going to warm you through and through. So let me set the stage. It's 2006, and I am doing a tremendous amount of marketing. My marketing budget is $5,000 to $6,000 a month, and I'm a one-man show. This is only my third year in business. On top of postcards to every pre-foreclosure that's 3 to 6 months behind on payments in Bergen, Hudson, Essex, and Passaic County in North Jersey, I also have an ad in the paper running 24/7 in the Bergen Record, the Herald News, the Jersey City Journal, the Star Ledger, and every other local paper and penny saver you can imagine. This is an example of that ad. And I've got wrapped cars and a really aggressive follow-up system where everybody gets a text, a phone call, and a letter once they've reached out to me once. Those phone calls are pushed through my virtual receptionist, which is Pat Live, the same company I've been using for the last 19 years. Matter of fact, let me throw their number on the screen, drop my name for a discount. And you can call the number on the ad on the screen if you want to hear my virtual receptionist. Anyway, about 3:30 in the afternoon, I get a call from the newspaper on my Pat Live system, and I become aware of this because I get a notification on my Trio 650. That's basically like the Palm Pilot version of a BlackBerry because the iPhone still hasn't been invented for at least another year. Looks like the virtual receptionist has followed my script to a T yet again, and it looks like the house will appraise for $750,000. They only owe $550, and they're only asking $550. So naturally, I'm in total disbelief of the situation, because this is the first time I've seen somebody walking away from $200,000. But skeptical as I am, I still call them back and make an appointment to go see the house at 4:30 p.m. that very day. I arrived at the house. I'm a little shocked by the pink stucco and the fact that it has a 2-car garage and it seems to be on a lot and a half in a town known as Nutley, New Jersey. Furthermore, there's already a car in the driveway, like a black car service, running and ready to take these people to the airport. So, nevertheless, I grab my paperwork and I walk to the front door and I knock. And to my amazement, guess who answers it? No, it's not Vladimir Putin or Nikolai Volkov, but it is a Russian-looking gentleman with a heavy accent. He shakes my hand, grabs me by the forearm, and pulls me into the house and says, "Leaving for Uzbekistan. Car is here. Leave for airport shortly. Come to kitchen. Sign paperwork. Sell house now." As if I wasn't skeptical enough before, now I'm in total fucking disbelief of the entire situation, because this guy's about to get in a car that's running and drive away from $200,000 in equity. Yeah, I'm just not buying it. Furthermore, I didn't even get to look around the house and see how many beds or baths it was. I didn't get to do my patented home inspection that looks like fucking Saturday Night Fever. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 walls. It's got a floor. It's got a roof. I'll take it. So this dude pulls me into the kitchen where his wife is waiting with a pen and a public notary, and they have all their paperwork lined up as well. I tell them we can go through yours, but we have to go through mine at the same time. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, and I'm kind of really getting the vibe that I am never going to see you again. He says, "Correct." We go through and sign off on all the paperwork, doing what's known as a tabletop closing, where I did buy the property subject to his existing debt. That's right, 90 minutes or less, and I can actually state that I own the property, and in fact, I do, without a lawyer present. I like to call those NFL-style closings. No fucking lawyer. I shake hands with Vladimir Putin and his wife, help him carry their last few bags to the door. He folds his hands in front of him, bows, says Dos Vidanya, gives me a hug, gets in the car, and I never hear from him again. Now I'm alone in this monster of a house that I haven't even done a final walkthrough in yet, and I just became aware of the fact that it has 5 bathrooms, 5 bedrooms, an indoor hot tub, an outdoor hot tub, a steam shower, a massive kitchen. I mean, this thing is just a party waiting to happen. Not really sure what the hell I'm going to do with it or how I'm going to sell it at this point, but I'm always open to ideas. And then one day, I was on the phone with one of my lawyers who had a friend that had orchestrated some sort of march for Sudani freedom, where they had gotten involved with a modern-day underground railroad, breaking people out of slavery in the country of Sudan, flying them to the United States, organizing them so that they could march on Washington and raise awareness for the plight of their people. There was just one little glitch in the matrix. They needed a place to live, so I made them the deal of the century. As they kept busting more and more natives out of slavery, I told them, listen, you guys can stay here, keep the place clean, mow the lawn, shovel the snow, show the house, get everybody's contact information. And wow, not only do I feel like I got closer to getting into heaven, but they really did a great job. Even after they were gone on their march, I got pictures with them, with everybody from Governor Corzine all the way down to Hillary Clinton. Don't hate me for that one. And I seriously got the nicest thank you letter I think I've ever gotten from any tenant, seller, or buyer in my entire life. And I'd like to take a moment to share that with you. Dear Chuck, I cannot express in a letter how grateful I am to you for letting me stay in the house for such an extent over the last year. Immediately prior to moving in, I had difficulty struggling through one of the lowest points in my entire life. Having dealt with losing what I thought was a lifetime relationship, then living in a lonely, unsanitary, and at times unsafe environment in Jersey City, I did not have the resources to improve my life on my own. Suddenly, you stepped in and essentially became my savior by completely changing my environment with your great generosity. When I moved into that home, my self-esteem suddenly improved immensely. With such a beautiful residence and community to look forward to returning to from the stress of work in the city. I truly felt like a prince in that house, and it helped provide me with the confidence that I needed to carry out organizing the Sudan Freedom Walk, in which I partnered with Simon Dang, an escaped slave from Sudan. We marched with others from New York to Washington, D.C., to shed light on the continued slavery and genocide in Sudan. Eventually, Nancy Pelosi, who is now scheduled to become the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Senator Hillary Clinton and Sam Brownback joined us on the walk and spoke of the urgency for increased American involvement. The crowning achievement of the walk included Simon's personally meeting with President Bush, in which he vowed to do all that he could to stop such a terrible human rights tragedy. As I currently write this letter from Mozambique, Africa, working with the Peace Corps, I routinely witness how families and communities seamlessly work together when friends and even strangers are in need. Unfortunately, such generosity and kind-hearted collaboration was often not so easy to come by in the United States. However, when I think of you, I remember how some people entirely defy that trend, and I look forward to returning and reconnecting with an amazing individual like yourself. In gratitude, David Brethoff. Now, that was really heartwarming, but I know the investors are like, I just watched almost 10 minutes of this crap. How much money did he make? So let's get to the deal. All right, so here we go. This transaction was what's known as the absolute assignment of rights, which is essentially wholesaling a property to a retail buyer, stepping out of the transaction, putting buyer and seller together on paperwork so it doesn't trigger flipping or seasoning, and it'll close really quick and you're going to make more than your typical assignment. So, like all of my transactions, I tied this one up with $10 down. No, my seller did not want the $10, but I stuck it in his pocket anyway. I had all of my closing documents with me in an accordion folder, blank and ready to go. I purchased the property for the outstanding debt, which was approximately $527,000 and change. We got that off one of the more recent mortgage statements. We put it on line G of my purchase and sales agreement, which is existing mortgage balance encumbering the property to be taken subject to. Now, in this particular situation, we did not ever record the deed. However, it was very important that I have it because at many times during this transaction, I had to be the owner and I had to be able to back it up. We told you all about how I sold it and how I sold it creatively, and I hope that was heartwarming as hell. I got one more little twist for this as we go, but I did sell it for $722, and my gross profit was $225,000. After I gave everybody the seller's concession and did a rate buy down, that brought us all the way down to $179,000. I know my math might be a little off, but the check definitely is not. And in addition, I did use a document that not many people are ever going to teach you. That's known as an escrow letter. And what that does is that actually takes the excess money that the bank is holding or the mortgage company for the seller for taxes and insurance. And rather than paying the quarterly taxes and the insurance, they just send that check to you. Hey, it's a couple extra bucks. Why not? Couple other interesting little caveats to this deal. I did have 4 signs in front of it that said for sale by owner, rent to own, and work for equity. I might have even had one down the street that said open house. And a matter of fact, I did get a fine from the town of Nutley for $500 for having too many signs. You know what we call that? The cost of doing business. Who the fuck cares? I sold the house. I also managed to buy another house selling this house because the buyer of this house lived outside of Atlantic City in Brigantine, and they wanted a place up in North Jersey as well. So I sold them this one the day before the closing. Their lender had asked for updated bank statements. They had just had their niece at their house, and they put them in their attic. They were a little older. They couldn't get them out. So I had to drive an hour and a half one way to climb into this person's attic, get their bank statements, and get their tax returns over to their lender. I'm speeding to Staples to get to a fax machine in my Dealmobile, and I get pulled over by a state trooper. He goes and he taps on the window of my car. When I pull over on the Garden State Parkway, I'm driving the car you see in this picture right here, and he says, "Son, step out of the car." And I'm about to hand him my license, registration, and insurance card, and he says, "Step out of the car." So I did. He says, "Come with me." And he walks down a grassy knoll over towards the woods and sits on a tree stump. And he says, "Now we're off camera. Can you talk?" I'm like, "Of course I can talk, officer. You just pulled me over. You have my undivided attention." He says, "Listen, I'm going through a divorce and I need to sell my house." I'm like, "Officer, it's 4:45. I need to get to this Staples by 5 o'clock to fax this out so I can close this real estate transaction tomorrow. Maybe if you could help me get there a little bit quicker, we could talk in the parking lot afterwards." And he was nice enough to turn on the lights and sirens and give me a police escort, and I did buy his house later that day. We call this marketing. The following day, I woke up at the crack of noon, and I made my way to the closing table where I would become the biggest failure I had been that year. See, I had told my future ex-wife, my current fiance at the time, that I was going to make $200,000 in this transaction, and, well, what can I say? Sometimes you can't back up all the shit you talk. I am a massive failure. But I did take that money and I decided to do something nice for myself for once. I moved out to Hawaii for a month and I stayed with one of my friends from college. Over the course of the next month, I helped him get his shit together after a relationship went south and move himself back to Jersey. But we partied our asses off while we were out there as well. However, we did make a conscious decision to party a little bit less and take it a little bit easier after I had lost my first rental car in the ocean on the north shore of Hawaii on Kahini Point. Fortunately, In my late 20s, I had an Amex Platinum card, and I was able to charge it off, get a black card the following year, and have them deliver me a new car rather than take me home, because Uber hadn't been invented yet. There you have it. That's definitely going to be my most heartwarming transaction, and there's definitely a bunch of cute little stories in there along the way, but if you're interested in doing this kind of stuff yourself, just remember, lead with your heart, forget what everybody else is telling you. This is a people business. It has nothing to do with analyzing properties. That comes later. Text ABC to the number on the screen if you'd like to get involved and you'd like us to put you in the pathway of success. We'd love to work with you. Don't forget to follow the prompts. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.